If you want to learn to make fabulous gluten-free food in your kitchen, especially Asian dishes, you want to learn a little bit about rice noodles. In this video, how to use rice noodles, I'm going to talk about the different widths, how to soften them and cook with them, as well as bean thread noodles and rice paper wrappers. I've been teaching gluten-free cooking classes for 10 years, so I know you can learn to make the dishes that you love in your own kitchen. So first, buying and storing rice noodles. So rice noodles are available at any grocery store. I like to go to the Asian store. They have more selection there, but they're pretty easy to find. They should typically say rice, starch, and water, or rice flour and water. I like to keep two widths in my kitchen. So these ones are more like a fettuccine width. They do come in different sizes and different sizes of packages. I also like the smaller package where I just cook this whole package in one dish, and then I don't have any leftovers to handle. I also like to buy, I said, a second size, these rice vermicelli noodles. And so vermicelli is just the word for the width, so they're very thin, so you can get wheat vermicelli. But in Asian recipes, they're calling for rice vermicelli, or sometimes it'll say rice sticks, something like that. And so they're typically the kind of noodles often used in salads and salad rolls. They come in a larger package, and when you pull them open, they do make a huge mess. So I just wanted to show you how I do it. I cut the package open, a little bit of extra room here at the edge. And then I have a giant Ziploc container. I'm going to put it right into the Ziploc. Once I've cut the top, stick it in like this, and then just leave them all in there like that. You can throw that out. And I probably wouldn't use a whole, so there's about 4 different rows there, but this way I can break it in half. The small pieces are staying in there, and I'm going to stick it in this bowl. And actually, I'm going to make salad rolls tomorrow. Whoops, that flipped all over. And I'm going to stick, so I will stick one whole. That's a quarter of the package in here. And I should have broken it inside here. And then this will last for a long time, and I just store them like that. And I did boil some water just before we started, so I'm going to pour boiling water on here so they can soak while I'm talking, and then we can see what they look like in the end. So I would strongly recommend putting a timer on so that you don't overcook them. So I'll just stick those completely immersed in water and put my timer on for 5 minutes. Okay, the other noodles that I have in my cupboard are mung bean noodles. They're not actually my favorite, but I wanted, because they're called for in many recipes, I wanted to show you what they look like. So they're not rice noodles, but they are called transparent noodles, cellophane noodles, glass noodles. They come under many different names. They're made of mung bean starch, and so they're very different than rice noodles. They take longer to soak. They're very tough. So you need to cut them, even after they're softened, you need to cut them with scissors. So they come in a little tiny bundle. This package had 6 bundles, so you can, like a skein of wool, and you can just take them out easily like that. So they're always packaged like that because you can't actually break them apart. And those are mung bean noodles. Just going to put them back in here. And then last is the rice paper wrappers. So I use these for salad rolls, or you can use them for, deep fried spring rolls. So they come in a flexible package like this, and you always want to leave them in this package. So it does help hold their shape, especially when you're storing them. And so you just take them out one at a time like that to use them. And if you live in a humid climate, you probably want to put those in a Ziploc as well. I actually don't. It's very dry here, so I don't worry about that. But the package didn't stay together too well, so I have elastic on that. Okay, so that's buying and storing, and they do come in different sizes, but salad rolls, typically this is about 9 inches, and that's the size I like to buy. Okay, so how to use them. So there's 2 methods, the boiling water method or tap hot method. And sometimes you'll read recipes talking about how tap hot is the best. It doesn't work for me. I like to do the boiling water, 5 minutes, put the timer on, I'm going to drain it, and it works every time. For The wider noodles, I would do the same thing, and I wouldn't do it in advance. Just do it when if I'm making a stir fry or pad thai. I would just cut the bag open, put them in put the hot water on them in a bowl, and then drain them. And unlike wheat noodles, they can sit there for 15 or 20 minutes while you're organizing yourself in the kitchen, and you don't have to put oil on them. They won't stick together like that. So they're fine just sitting there, and you can pick them up with your hands. So they also are going to get cooked a couple extra minutes if you're putting them into a stir fry. Usually like a pad thai, you'd stir it all together at the end. So probably 5 minutes is a good time to start with, and then just take it from there and see what you think. If they're overcooked, when you stir it with your pasta thing, it'll all turn to mush, and you'll go, okay, that's what they meant. So you might want to just experiment with that a little bit. And the width doesn't matter. 5 minutes is the same time whether you've got the widest ones or the skinny ones, but you do want to get them completely immersed in the water. Deep frying. So you can deep fry rice noodles as well, but that's what I like to do with the mung bean noodles. So if you deep fry rice noodles, they puff up, the skinny vermicelli noodles, they puff up, and I would put them in just in a hot oil and then flip them over to make sure that it's completely covered or completely puffed up, and you can use it as a garnish or on a salad. The mung bean noodles, they turn a brilliant white color, and if you do the two of them together, then it doesn't look, you can tell that the rice noodles aren't as nice looking, but the mung bean noodles have this brilliant white color that makes a very pretty salad, and I'll put a link to that salad below. So that's it for the mung bean noodles, and then I just wanted to talk about using these. Now, when I'm making, I'm just going to slide this over here. When I'm making salad rolls, a good tip is knowing the dishes. So it seems like there's a few steps, but when I make salad rolls, it's like, why don't I do this more often? So it's not that hard, but it's nice to know this is the dish that I use when I make salad rolls. I fill it with tap hot water, so I run the water so it's quite hot, and I just put one in at a time, leave them in the container, slide it in like that. You can move it with your hands, and you can see it soften right before your eyes. Then I would take it out and you can put it just on the counter, or you can put it, if you have a cutting board, that's fine too. And then you can roll up your wrappers. And you wouldn't do them in advance, just one at a time. So I would completely make my salad roll, set it aside, and then take another wrapper and stick it in. Of course, if you're lucky, you've got two people doing it at the same time. Once I've done about 6 salad rolls, if I was doing, that's the timer for my noodles. Just gonna drain those. We'll let that drain for a minute while I finish here. So I was just saying, if I'm making about 12 salad rolls, after about 6, the water has cooled down and they're just not getting soft as I want, as quickly as I want. So I just dump it, start with fresh hot water, and finish off my salad roll. So usually whenever I'm making salad rolls, it seems like I do that once, sort of halfway through. And that's it. Okay, I just wanted to show you these rice noodles. So I've drained them. I'll just dump them into this bigger bowl. And I have a smaller bowl here to show you. So they're still, you can see they're steaming hot. I don't know if you can see that. They're very hot. So I didn't rinse them with cold water. I guess I would normally do that. If I was making salad rolls, I would do that. If I was making a stir fry, I wouldn't. I don't want them to be ice cold. But typically when I'm making salad rolls, I would take a piece like this, wrap it up, kind of like a little sausage. And that's about how much I'm going to use in a salad roll. I guess I could do a video on salad rolls. I just wanted you to see what they look like. So they, like I said, they don't stick like wheat noodles do. So that's it. So I'll put links below to some of my favorite recipes, pad thai, beef and bok choy stir fry, lots of soup recipes, Vietnamese chicken noodle soup, noodle soup with peanut sauce, and of course the salad rolls. And I use these wider noodles for my Vietnamese rice noodle bowl. So lots of choices, lots of exciting dishes to make. I hope you buy some rice noodles and make something soon. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, comment. I'm Cindy, the Everyday Gluten-Free Gourmet, sharing tips and recipes from my kitchen for more everyday cooking in yours. Thanks for watching.